if anybody tell you that content creating is easy, it's not easy at all. That's why when you see a video that you like, you really want to appreciate it. But before we really go about, talk about that topic, let's talk about this makeup look we are creating. So I did a video on this look. I never really wanted to make this video that day. I was tired, but it's been long I posted on YouTube. So I was like, okay. So I told my sister who was supposed to model for me to just sit and let's do something, just something simple and not so much. So after even recording the video, I didn't really post it. So I just edited a short makeup process and boom, it had a lot of views, like a lot of persons liked it. And I was like, okay, so let me just show you the full tutorial, the full in-depth tutorial. So as usual, I'm just going to clean her face, then after making sure it's clean, I'm going to go straight to the brows. Recently, I love drawing my brows first before I do my skin work. I feel that way I'll be able to clean the top of my brows. I love cleaning the top of my brows because I want it to be clean. Yes, because I feel I make mistakes. So yes, let me not speak too much English. So that's it. So before drawing my brows, I'm going to use my concealer to prep the area. So after applying my concealer with brush, I'm going to set my concealer with the normal powder. I like using concealer that is a little bit lighter than the model I'm using or my client. So that the brows, I'll be able to see the intensity of the color I'm using, just a little bit, not too much. So after doing that, I'll just go in to draw my brows. And yes, when it comes to my brows, I really love to be particular, to be intentional. Let me use the word intentional, because I don't know, I feel one of the things people see first when they see your makeup, when you look at your face, is your brows. So I really love it when my brows are beautiful. So don't mind the fact that my face is on the camera. Yes, so it's not really intentional. I really just wanted to make sure that I'm getting all the corners and everything. So I'm just going to fill in my brows. I usually use a brow gel. One is economical for me, and I'm able to get the color. I don't have to struggle with my pencil to be able to get the true color of my brows, to make it intense, if you know what I mean. Yes, I love my brows bold and beautiful. So I'm just going to fill it in with the same gel liner I used. And nobody told me that when you record videos in the night, it's another kind of effect. It makes your videos are brighter. They are beautiful. When I was looking at this video, I really loved the way it was looking. As you can see, I don't know, I'm editing with my phone. I made the video with my phone and it's like this. I don't know, I just hope it's going to retain the quality. So I'm just going to take my spoolie to brush the brows so that everything will be flawless, and it's going to give me that ombre effect by the time I'm done with using my concealer to clean it up and the rest. So it's just a process, it's just a ritual I like doing. So I'm going to take my concealer. Yes, I miss eventually everything. I miss powder, I miss foundation, I miss concealer. Yes, I just feel when you miss colors, it helps you to get the true color you want, the exact color you want. Yes, so that's it. So I'm just going to take my concealer brush. I'm going to take my time to clean the brows and to get the exact shape. So when it comes to brows, sometimes I've noticed, when I was learning makeup, when I was undergoing my makeup training, I really dedicated a lot of time to my brows. So I feel that way. Because of that, it really helped me to get my brows. There's hardly any time I'll make up someone and it will not come out the person will complain about the brows. They always love their brows. And though then I was struggling with my skin work, so eventually when I know I was very good with my brows, I moved to focusing on my skin work, and so far so good. It has really helped me. So I feel for persons who are really learning to to do their makeup, they can learn to focus on something first and be good in that area, then go to other areas. I think that will really help. I don't know, I think that will really help. So yes, so I'm just going to clean my brows. You can see how it's looking, like I was feeling the brows. My head again. It's not really for those who really make content like this. I don't know how people do it. Like, I see some makeup artists here who are YouTubers, and they'll do a full video and you will not see their head. I don't know why my own is like this, or is it because I'm using my phone to record? Anyway, if I'm able to see it from here, so I know you'll be able to see it too. So I'm just going to go to the other side of the brows and and do the cleaning too with my brush. And also, something I've also noticed when you're doing makeup is your brushes. Yes, the tools you're using to for particular a particular process. I feel it really affects. Like, for example, if you notice, I'm not using an angle brush, I'm using a concealer brush for cleaning my brows. So persons, they use angle brush. For me, it doesn't really work for me, but it work for some persons. So you don't want to stick to the fact that, okay, maybe your tutor used an angle brush, so you must use an angle brush. Sometimes you see yourself struggling with it. If that's the case, you really want to change it. For me, my tutor was using an angle brush, but I found this one was comfortable. So anytime this type of brush, I always go for this type of brush. When I'm done, like when it's the brush is not good, I go and replace the same shape over and over again. It's really comfortable, it's flat, I know, and it's faster for me because I don't have to be going bit by. You can just see the way I just position my hand and feel I've gotten to the end, if you know what I mean. So that's it. So I'm just going to take my brush and use it to blend around the brows, to remove harsh lines and to give it a kind of a flawless look. I noticed doing this really, like, it gives it a kind of look that I loved. So I don't know if you've seen it, but that's it. So I just wanted to make sure that my brows were equal, we're okay, and yes, we're good to go. So yes, we're going to the eyeshadow. So I'll be placing my concealer. That same concealer palette I used, there's a color, this color there. So I usually use it as my eyeshadow primer. It does the work for me, so I don't really have any problem with it. So if you having issues with eyeshadow primers, which one to use, you can just substitute your concealer, a white shade like this. Most of when you get a palette, eventually you have a white shade there or a cream color shade, and use it as your eyeshadow base. So I did a full tutorial, like a detailed step-by-step on how I created this eyeshadow. Like, I explained everything, how I created this smoky eyeshadow with glitters. So you can go watch it on my channel here. Yes, you can go watch it. So I just added it to this video so that we'll know where we are coming from and where we are going. I just feel it will not be like nice for me to just jump from my brows. You've already seen then we'll just jump to the skin work. I don't know, then you'll see that I've already done the eyeshadow. So if you really want to watch an in-depth tutorial, you can go check it out. So I just did these smoky eyes, and yes, I applied some glitters on it. So if you really want to see how I created this look, here, just go and watch the video. Yes, that's it. So I'm just going to blend my eyeshadow, make sure it's flowing, like there are no harsh lines, all the colors are flowing into each other properly. Then I'm just going to use my glitter glue on the areas I want to apply my glitters. I use 2 different colors of glitters here. I use the kind of a pink and a red colored glitter. I just liked the way it feel, and I just wanted it to just something to light up the eyes, nothing really much. So that's it. So you can go watch the tutorial. It really came out well, even though I don't know, I feel why most persons like doing their skin work looking at the glitter, the eyeshadow from here, it's not giving what it's supposed to give. But by the time I was done with the whole look, I really loved it. So at first I was like, is this thing going? Is this thing going? But I loved the way it looked afterwards. And I think this was the first time I was doing something like this. So like going out of my comfort zone, and yeah, I liked it. So I'm just going to go in to prep her skin. Like I said, I really didn't do much because I time has really gone far that it was already late. So I just wanted to do something, something to create a little content for my channel and something to post to advertise my work on Instagram and other social media platforms. So I really do much. I just use the Cetaphil moisturizer for her face. I made sure I blended it so that her skin, like, it was absorbed to her skin. Then I used the pore eraser, baby skin, yes, pore eraser primer for her skin. Then yes, I just went into the foundation. And yes, this foundation, I don't know if it is with me only. Yes, this Mark foundation. Something I noticed about it, I feel it's a full coverage foundation, and to be really nice for oily skin. I've noticed that using it for oily skin, it's it stays for a long time, and it doesn't break when you use it on an oily skin. But for a dry skin, I feel it is kind of partial. I don't know, maybe it's me, or maybe you have to really use lots of moisturizer for your dry skin client. I don't know. But most of the time, what I do, if I have to use it for someone with dry skin, I mix it with my L'Oreal. L'Oreal is not really that thick. It's not a full coverage foundation. It's kind of light. So I mix it together with it. And also sometimes I mix it with my V Beauty foundation to really get that, so that it doesn't so that it will not be that full coverage. Even if it's going to be full coverage, it should not be that thick and hard to blend, to make it easy to blend. So I'm just going to blend with my beauty blender. At first it was looking messy. Most of the time when I use that foundation, it's always like that, but eventually it's blended, and as you can see. So I'm going to go in with my blush, my cream blush. I'm going to apply it at the top parts of her cheeks. I'm going to I love applying it at the back of my hand and taking it with a beauty blender there. I don't like putting it on the person's face directly, because I feel if it's too much, it will be hard for me to remove. So I just use the beauty blender to apply, so that I'll be able to control the amount of of products I use. Even when it comes to foundation, I do the same. It's better you just apply it on your hand and be putting it on your face little by little, so that you don't go and apply too much, if you know what I mean. So I also do the same for my concealer. I'm going to highlight the under eyes. I use the Norban Beauty. Yes, I'm in love with Norban Beauty, and yes, that's the only concealer I use. So eventually all my videos you'll be watching, you'll see me using it. It's a very nice concealer. I love the way it's brighten the other eyes, and the way it blends flawlessly. I would really recommend for anybody. So I'm just going to pick it up and blend under the eyes, her chin, her forehead, the bridge of the nose, as usual, to bring back light and definition to the face. I did not cream contour, yes, because she's kind of light. So, and I don't want to. Yes, apart from that, time was going, and I think for some time I've not been feeling cream contouring that much like before. Maybe I'll go back to that phase. I think it happens, or is it just me as a makeup artist? Is there some time as a makeup artist there are some things you feel you love doing, and at some point you just don't feel like doing them again? I don't know. Just tell me in the comment section. So I'm just going to blend, and to blend all your concealers together, I would advise you use the side you use in applying your foundation to blend in between those areas you contour and between your concealers and your blush, so that they blend into each other, if you know what I mean. And also before I blend the under eyes, before I apply my setting powder, I'm going to use my beauty blender again to tap under the other eyes to make sure that the concealer that I applied here is flawless, so that I will not be seeing creases like lines under it. So I'm just going to tap and remove the excess powder with the back of my hands. I'm just going to tap it at the back of my hand, then tap it under the eyes. I'm not really using too much, and I'm using this powder puff, just applying a little pressure, and that's just it. That's what I was just literally doing. So I'm just going to set all the areas I highlighted with my setting powder. And yes, I've noticed also that some persons have been using a normal pressed compact powder, like the powder you use for setting your face, for setting the other eyes, and that thing is so good. Like, I feel literally if you're low on your setting powders, you can really go with that. You can use your compact powder, like it sets the under eyes so beautiful. I don't know, like this beauty trend, there are a lot of things we have to learn. Yes, like we keep learning every day. I've tried it and it came out. I use it for clients, especially for my dark skin client, because I feel this shade of highlighter is too bright. By the time I'm done, it's just looking too bright. So anyway, I just use the normal, this kind of powder I'm using to set her face, a shade that is closer to her skin tone, to set the under eyes. But I'm always using my powder puff so that that it's so that you can have that flawless under eyes. And yes, it lasts. Like that face your under eyes is not going to break or anything. It's still going to give you the same effect. You can try it out and tell me what you think. So I'm just going to set the face. I'm going to be using my big brush. After setting the face, I'm going to contour her nose to bring the definition back. Remember, I said I did not cream contour, so I just use the side I use in applying my foundation to just blend the sides of the nose, and that was it. So I'm just going to contour her nose using a shade of powder that is a little bit darker. Then after doing that, I'm going to also contour the other areas of her face, like her forehead and her jaw, under her cheeks. Then I'm just going to using my powder puff to take a lighter shade of the compact powder to to kind of add some finishing touch to the under eyes and those areas that I've highlighted. So in the process, that, like I was saying earlier, when we record content, sometimes we feel we've owned our video is recording, and yes, it was not recording, and you've passed that process. Like the lips, I thought it was recording, only for me to check after I was done that it was not recording and the lips were done. But it's just I did just a regular nude lips, kind of a pink nude kind of lips, and yes, that was it. Nothing really too much. So I couldn't clean it back. You will not expect me to clean it back. Remember, I said time was going already. It was already late. It was already getting late. I had to go home and go and cook before my oga will go and sack me, if you understand. So that's it. So I'm just going to line the under eyes to brighten the under eyes. I really don't do much under the under eyes. So I'm going to use my mascara to bring out those bottom lashes, and also to blend her natural lash with the lashes I fixed, the false lashes I fixed for her. Then I'm going to take my lip gloss and I'm going to apply it on her lips, because yes, what is nude lips without your lip gloss? You can see that again. And yes, this lip combo was really looking beautiful and soft. I think you can also use it for a kind of a white wedding wedding look, and you can I think it's really looking beautiful. It's really good though. So yes, that's the finish look. So something I want to point out to you is the initial plan was to use this bridal rope but I noticed the color, the like it was the saturation was too much, or is it the warmth? So I changed it to this a black turtleneck, and you can see the difference. Like it was looking, the difference was much. So sometimes I feel the color of clothes your model wears really affects your work, if you know what I mean, like especially white and blue. You can try that and tell me later. Bye guys, my video is finished. Bye bye.